The Jay and Calvin Show. Yeah, the Jay and Calvin Show. You're watching the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed? Then what you watching for? This is the Jay and Calvin Show. You're watching Jay and Calvin Show. You're listening to the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed? Then what you watching for? This is the Jay and Calvin Show. This is the Jay and Calvin Show. You're listening to the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed? Then what you watching for? This is the Jay and Calvin Show. This is the
Jay, why I don't see nothing on the thing? I just see me.
The Jay and Calvin Show. Yeah, the Jay and Calvin Show. You're watching the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed? Then what you watching for? This is the Jay and Calvin Show. You're watching Jay and Calvin Show. You're listening to the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed? Then what you watching for? This is the Jay and Calvin Show. This is the Jay and Calvin Show. You're listening to the Jay and Calvin Show. You ain't subscribed?
3 seconds.
Then what you watching for? This is the Jay. We're doing the PS4 or PS. Is it the 5 or 4? I don't know. PS4 or 5. We're gonna do the review for the Jay and Calvin Show. Comeback. We'll get that started. Jay and Calvin Show. You're watching
I don't see nothing.
We on this thing. We back. We live. You say you don't want to see it. You wanted to see the thing. Okay. We're gonna be doing a review of, well, I guess a live showing of Mortal Kombat. They got 2 minutes left. So we got 2 minutes before showtime. I guess we can go and get that started up. So they got a minute and 56 seconds left. Let's see what you look at. You looking at the Mortal Kombat, ain't it? And cut the volume up, I guess. Praise the music.
I guess is my face showing? Cause I don't see nothing. Oh, I can't tell cause I don't know. Oh, I don't see that. That's why that. I don't see nothing else. I still don't see nothing yet. The vent started. Yeah, I
Hello,
see.
everyone,
It's kind of
and
like lagging
welcome
a little,
as
but I see
always.
it.
My name's Ketchup, joined by Mustard. This is
But you said my
PS4
face showing though?
Tournament's MK11 Open Series Invitational. We've been doing this for a long time now, and we're entering week 2 of October. We just wrapped up week 1, of which check out the recent winners so we can see what the journey's been so far. And today's bracket should be quite an interesting one for a number of reasons. But last week on Kratos taking that #1 spot, and then Mighty Unjust being able to kind of continue his reign of terror. But he had to earn it. Biohazard did reset that bracket, but couldn't quite close it out as the Mighty Unjust is ridiculously talented. But this week we'll see if things change.
And we will see there's quite a lot of potential for that to happen, in fact, as we do have a fair few new faces that we haven't seen before in Europe, which is always refreshing to see. But before we talk too much about what's going to happen today, for those of you that watched last week and want a refresher on some of the best moments, or maybe you're tuning in for the first time and want to see what this is all about, we have a highlight video with some of last week's highlight moments to check out first. So, let's watch that.
We're going to look at not one white person, but 2. And they in a room.
The first match of the day in Europe was between OA Podyan and Asadamasa. Even though Jade is known for countering projectiles, neither her nor Sindel could stop Asadamasa from winning 3-0. The second match would be a real treat as Arn Kratos and Desarted, the 2 strongest Shang Tsung players in Russia, would face off. Desarted held the lead the entire back and forth set, but in the end, Arn Kratos managed to pull out 2 in a row to close it out.
And the anti-air.
2 of the rarer character specialists would battle it out next, Mercer with Scorpion and Ranks with Berserker Baraka. In the end, the Tarkatan main switched to Noob Cybot, while Mercer stuck with his tried and true, winning the set 3-1. European Open Series newcomer Desmond took on Cabal specialist Zoka. The newcomer had a powerful showing with Eternal Geras, clutching out the set in the final round of Game 5.
And the brutality, oh good lord.
Then, 2 powerhouses met in the form of Asadamasa and Arn Kratos. Arn Kratos had been a roadblock for Asadamasa in the past, and he continued to be this week as he advanced 3-0. The upper bracket finals between Arn Kratos and
telling me
Mercer
these dudes
was an
in a
excellent
room
example
doing
of how
this in a
different
room?
variations can actually be, even if the characters remain the same. With variation switches from both players, they managed to bring it to Game 5, but Arn Kratos and the Soul Eater Shang Tsung was exactly what he needed to close it out. Down in the lower bracket, Asadamasa would try to earn his way to take on Arn Kratos once again.
I mean, they in their
even after taking
room.
down
I mean,
Desarted,
okay,
he
I
would still
guess.
lose
Corona
to
vibes, I
Mercer,
guess.
earning Mercer his run back
I
against
don't
Arn
understand
Kratos.
this.
Grand Final saw the same character matchup between
This
Arn
vent look
Kratos
like it's
and
real
Mercer,
boring.
both starting with the
Yeah.
variation they ended on
It
in
look like
upper
it's boring
bracket
to me.
finals. Both players used what they learned in the previous set, but in the end,
I mean, they're not gonna
it
show
wasn't quite
nothing.
as close as Arn Kratos used
Oh, it's just
solo
gonna be
Shang
like this for,
Tsung
like,
to become this
the
week's
whole
Open
dang on
Series champion.
Video.
North America started off excitingly.
I mean, they was
Biohazard
not ready for
bringing
the
back
live
the
stream,
Mean
man.
Queen Shiva against Breaking Sub-Zero. Breaking didn't seem to know how to answer the Shokan Queen as Biohazard took the set 3-0. Unfortunately for the newcomer to Open Series, Hunter drew the short straw and had to take on Mighty Unjust in round 1. Despite a few signs of life, Hunter wasn't able to pull it off against Mighty Unjust's Marauder Baraka. To close out the upper quarter-finals, Smack returned to the Open Series to take on Ice Scorpion. Ice Scorpion brought the set back from a losing situation, but in the very final moment, Smack smacked down his momentum, just short of taking the set. Moving forward in the upper bracket, the Mighty Unjust and Biohazard battled it out, in a match that could easily have been Grand Finals. Using both Shiva and Kano, Biohazard brought it down to the very last round, but wasn't able to close it out. as the Mighty Unjust advanced to the upper bracket finals. Smack seemed to be having a very dominant run in this tournament, taking down El Kukoi and making it to the upper bracket finals himself. Sadly, the Mighty Unjust stood in the way of Smack's total domination as he advanced to the grand finals. The first lower bracket match on broadcast was a run back of the very first game of the day. Although a switch to Jackie was a strong attempt to adapt to the Shiva, it wasn't quite enough, as Breaking was sent home and Biohazard would move on.
Oh my lord. Finish it.
Smack and Biohazard met in the lower bracket finals to see who would get their run back against the Mighty Unjust.
I don't know
Smack
who the
started off strong,
hell
but a clutch
is
fatal
Shiva.
blow combo in Game 4 was able to
But
end
the
Smack's
shit
impressive
is
tournament
lame.
run. As expected, the grand finals were a back-and-forth brawl. Biohazard
You
reset the
understand?
bracket.
These
However,
niggas talking
the
in their
Mighty
bedroom.
Unjust
I want
you to
did not
know
affect
that.
him as he closed out the final set to become the October Week 1 North American champion.
Do it.
They talking in their bedroom.
PlayStation.
So if you're new to watching Open Series, I always want to refresh your memory or give you some of that information of how this whole thing works. Players compete every Monday for NA East and West and EU East and West. The key is that you can enter both sides of your region.
First of
so if
all,
you're from Europe, you can enter West and East to give yourself a better chance of appearing in these. It's what a lot of players do.
This
And if
nigga
you
with
play
this
high enough, you can
ponytail
invite
is in
back on
his
Tuesday to
closet.
play for
Let
money,
me
which
just
is
say
what
that
this
first.
stream is all about. On that note, here
That's
is
not
the
a
weekly
bedroom, that's a
payout.
closet.
Winner takes home $250, 150 for second, and then third and fourth get 100 each. The key is that these happen every single week. So if you are a player that can place in the top 4 every single time, not even including the monthly finals, which is significantly more money, not a bad little payday. Some players like Mighty Unjust have made, surely he's made like $5,000 at this point with the amount of
and we do
placings.
have players, you know, due to the fact that we are going into month 5 of these and we've been paying out this prize money every week and then there's more for the monthly finals on top of that. We do have these familiar faces that we have some of, which in the bracket today, you know, familiar faces like Do Basic, Ranks, Orp, Desarted, that have been winning money every single week for 5 months, and you can be absolutely sure that's going to add up. But for today, we actually, for the first time in a long time, have a number of new faces in the bracket, and this is something that is very exciting to us, you know, as people that have been with the Open Series since day number 1 across both regions. It's not every day you get to always see fresh faces, and today is one of them. We have Aladar, you know, very aggressive Kano player, plays a lot of other kind of point-blank characters as well against Shark Bomb, another new face. And then Micro Chelik versus Desarted, another player that we haven't seen before, facing off against Desarted, who is absolutely one of the most regular attendees we have, that Soul Eater Shang Tsung extraordinaire. And then Do Basic versus Ranks. Do Basic, a player that has been very successful early in Open Series, but that success hasn't really led through the entirety
I'ma
of
tell
the
y'all
last few months. He
something.
definitely has been up and down, but Do
We
Basic
was trying
absolutely
to
one of the most
rush.
scary players from Russia against Ranks from the UK, and then H-Dope versus Orp. Orp, you know, the young gun from Scotland with that Sonya Blade, always putting on a good show.
Your thing
But
still muted.
facing off against H-Dope,
But we was trying to
who is a
rush.
player that, again, we've seen a lot in
And,
the NetherRealm community in the world
like,
of online
run
tournaments for the last few NetherRealm games, but
to,
haven't
like,
really seen him much in MK11
you
due
know,
to H-Dope
make
getting
sure
a very
people can
late
see
start
this
to
or
the game, you
whatever.
know, due to situations outside
And-
his
It was
control. He
boring.
unable to play for the game's
be
like
honest
Okay.
with you,
entire first year, and now he's back playing the game for basically the first time in
PlayStation,
MK11.
you
He's
gotta-
already
you
making
gotta
numerous
do
top
better. You
8s,
got
and this is
to.
the second time we're seeing
you
him.
too
But that will be
close
our 4th match of the
to,
day, but we'll get to that
you know,
very
this
soon. But we
PlayStation.
have
I don't
others
know
to get through first,
what's
and I think
going
it should be
on.
a good start.
Now, as always, there's a couple of things players
But
need to maybe think
that
about or keep
was
in mind when
ridiculous.
it comes to those right now, because
First
I think
of
the
all,
theme for this week in Europe is the new faces
They
could
gonna
very
have
much
to get it
shake up
together.
this bracket. You know, some of the players are a bit more
They done
prominent
messed
up
in the
a
online
lot of
realm,
times
Combat
this
League
month.
monsters in the higher area of the leaderboard, so that's always a good sign. And then also, the lineup that we have today does suggest quite a lot of character variety. You know, there's a good chance that we're starting off with a Kano, for crying out loud. You don't see Kano outside of Biohazard all that often, so... and then factoring in the fact that H-Dope plays a really mean Spawn, and as far as I'm aware,
Who the
almost
bitch?
exclusively Spawn. There
Who
are some
put this
matchups that
nigga in
you've got to make
charge?
sure you're kind of brushed up on, really. But on that note, I feel like today has been harder for you to make a prediction, and I'm curious to see what your predictions actually are.
Yeah, it definitely gets easier when we recognize every player, but that's actually I think
This
we are
is
this late into the Open
the
Series, and we
livest
are still getting
event
players that we
I
haven't
ever
seen in the Open
seen
Series. But then
in
you've
the
got players like
United
Aladar,
States.
who we haven't seen in the weekly top 8, but yeah, we've seen Aladar online. Aladar
I
is one of those
mean, what
players
is
that
the
he's been
point
playing
of
for
this
a
right
while
now?
in MK11. He is very much
Put
up in
him
that
in
combat league
charge.
space and always brings that Kano, you know, and new faces such as Aladar. If you
I'ma
underestimate
tell you
them
the
just
crazy
because
part
we
about
haven't
it.
seen them, you will suffer the consequences. But on the flip side,
It's like
Hextop,
they was
I
trying
think
to
if
make
you're
it a
looking at the bracket,
surprise. Like they
all
didn't
of
tell you to the
familiar
day
faces
of.
are on the bottom half of it, and all the newer faces,
coulda
you know,
kept
minus
this
Desante,
surprise.
are
Yeah,
kind
you
of
used to
at
just
the top.
break
So
the
I
whole
think
story of it.
the second half of the day is going to be very kind of like concentrated with what's familiar, and H-Dope is down there. We
Look
know
at
if
these clowns.
H-Dope
Look at
can win
these
his first
clowns,
game
man.
against Orp, that is already a great start. And then if he wins his second game, either against Ranks or Do Basic, I mean, I think if he can take out his first 2 opponents, I kind of see
This is
H-Dope
Dino
winning the whole thing.
Butthead.
But it's definitely much easier said than done. But what really stopped H-Dope before was matchups. And looking at the kind of matchups that would hold him back, I don't think he has to worry about those this week.
He has every
He was
opportunity to
in
do well,
Butthead.
and we always have belief, you know, in the Greek player because we've seen it for many, many years, even if it's not an MK11. Before we get into our first game, I always want to remind you lovely people tuning in, whether you're watching YouTube or Twitch, shouts to
They
you
don't
guys. You can
have
play in
to.
these tournaments yourselves if you are from Europe/CIS or North America. It's as simple as going to compete.playstation.com, right down there.
They don't have
Alternatively,
kids.
on either of the web pages, you should be able to scroll down. There should be a little icon that you can click, and it takes you to the competition center. These are free to enter. These are every single week, and it's all done through the console. A very simple and self-explanatory process, and it's all done through the system. So your matches get set up. You play that Swiss style on Monday.
It could not be
we'll see
easier to
you
get involved.
potentially on Tuesdays. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. It couldn't be easier to play an online
the thing is that really is the main point of Open Series, right? Like it's all done within the console. You haven't got to set
Bring
up
in the
lobbies or
new blood.
anything, score
so
tracking.
boring.
It's
And they
if
trying
you
to
get
be so
involved, this is a
fun,
great
but
way
it
to
ain't
do
no
it.
they ain't fun
Enough
at
of
all.
the pre-show. I think it's about time we got into our first match, which is going to be Aladar
Oh,
versus
God.
Shark Bomb.
Y'all
So,
have a comment,
this
baby.
is supposedly going to be Kano versus
So,
Baraka, if you know character choice is
what I
anything
think
to go
about
by.
this?
And if so, this has always been an interesting
Down.
matchup where you have a character like Kano, and
Anybody
if it's
else
Aladar, it's
think
most
that?
likely going to be Ripper.
Please
So it
agree.
is that kind of like, you know,
You a
token
fool, you
aggressive
think this
mix-up
good.
Kano, right? And Kano is a weird one in Ripper where
Let me.
he has.
I
Sorry,
don't
go
want to
ahead.
throw you off, but refresh my memory. Is Aladar the sort of infamous crazy Kano of Europe?
These
that I
niggas
see
not
in
even
Combat
from the
League
United
stream?
States.
Oh no! I would say that Aladar has a very kind of grounded style. Like he plays.
Okay,
like,
just to be
whenever
sure.
I've seen him,
Just to be
No,
sure,
no,
I
no.
know there are some crazy like Combat League Kanos.
Are you thinking of Monster Panda and the Dirtbag?
Probably. to be honest.
Monster Panda Dirtbag is like, you know, the kind of infamous, crazy, wacky, super mobile, super active. But it actually isn't going to be Kano at all. It's Aladar.
Not at all.
He has put in this survey, even though like whenever I see Aladar, he definitely is like I definitely think he's a Kano main. Does have other characters, and one of them Noob Saibot, and it is going to be seeing double. So again, we're going for that very kind of grounded Noob Saibot, very kind of like neutral focused against the Baraka of Shark Bomb, which is going to be Bone Picker, in fact. Okay, with that new skin as well. The green arms on that skin is actually kind of cool. Now, this matchup is going to be an interesting one where you have Bone Picker, who is much more about neutral and mainly corner pressure, but it's getting them there, right? Like seeing double. The hardest thing about seeing double, it's kind of hard to push him back. He has that presence of that forward 2 range, there's low slide, a constant threat. Whether he'll be able to do
What
that,
we are
I guess
seeing,
we'll
what we're
see.
seeing at the moment is an interesting matchup that you don't see every day. Bone Picker versus Seeing Double. I mean, that is going to be the element of the mind game that Gollywop. I kind of think that we would have actually seen the pick to Bone Picker maybe to answer back that long range slide, I think, perhaps, because if you block the slide from range, Noob Saibot, he's safe. But the thing is, you have that mind game of being able to at least reach with something else.
Well, I imagine that's gonna help him a lot though, because Noob Saibot is one of those characters, right? Especially seeing double. It's about safety and pushback, but he is very minus, but it's safe. But that is where you're looking at maybe the long range command grab or the overhead. But regardless, Shark Bomb is gonna have the corner here. Oh no! A corner combo drop, unfortunately. Oh no! A neutral fatal blow. Okay, we're starting off without fear. An instant round 1 fatal blow on the back of a combo drop. And you know what? I actually don't mind that fatal blow because Shark Bomb just dropped the corner combo. And if you see your opponent drop a combo like that, and especially with like a jumping punch, right? You know you're looking for your opponent to be a bit flustered in that moment. It's like they dropped a combo, they're going to be like, oh no, I can't believe I did that. If you're going to throw out a fatal blow, maybe in that situation it's more likely to work.
They making this game so boring.
You can see the patience Shark
This
Bomb.
game shouldn't
He's
even
walking
be this
himself back to the
boring.
corner, which would work, but he doesn't have the life lead. We have seen Baraka players in the past kind of intentionally put themselves in the corner so their opponent has to come to them, but I don't think Seeing Double is the kind of character you can do that against. Oh no! Got opened up, dropped the combo in the corner though, but isn't going to matter. Huge life lead for Aladar.
He thinks folks are really paying attention. That's the thing.
Oh, the grab. Oh, tries to jail off the standing 1 and a counter hit too. Shark Bomb trying to disrespect the
Appreciate
new
that sub,
Cybot.
man.
Not the
Appreciate
kind of
the
character
sub.
you can do that
My
against, unfortunately.
Kinger. Appreciate that.
And that is the noob Cybot effect, where you really are playing around for just that hit advantage, right? The pokes jailed into standing buttons, the safety on block, the chunky damage on hit. And Seeing Double really consistently stays as one of those just not the most damaging characters in the game outside of the corner, but more than enough, right? Like string into slide amp, 20% minimum off of pretty much every string as well, right? Like it's a constant threat of just decent damage. Corner he gets more, but it's that neutral, especially against a character like Bone Picker, where Noob Cybot normally has to worry about kind of really being jumped in on. Kind of has a lot of like I feel like out of all the characters with strong projectiles, his is almost the most prone to just getting jumped at. But against Bone Picker, it's like jump and punch into about 20%. So the risk reward is kind of even no matter what.
We're also
As
looking
opposed
at
to
the
the
other
fair
element
order.
to this matchup too, because if we're looking at the anti-air of Spine Burst, Noob Cybot, he's not really much of a jumper. You know, that range and the ability to stick out things like back 3, the slide. Seeing Double is a very grounded variation, so that use of the Spine Burst isn't really as likely to be as prominent as it is, but that long-range grab, this is where things change a little bit. But I'm looking at this matchup on paper, and I am Seeing Double really having that reach to contest.
killed me for a minute.
And already reading some kind of high counter poke. Cheeky little down
I
two.
mean, there is that similarity, right, though, where Bone Picker has like alright damage, I'd say very average damage mid-screen, but in the corner gets way more, and Seeing Double is exactly the same. Just a question of the tools, I suppose, and not amping there as well. I like that. Aladar, make himself safe. If your opponent breakaways right as you slide and you amp the slide, you become punishable. And again, the jailing counter hit back for back. That's exactly how Shark Bomb lost game number 1. Getting hit by that poke and Aladar jails the standing 1. If you disrespect, boom, you get slapped, especially in the corner.
So using that
This is
range
stupid,
properties
foolish.
of that Spine Burst. Really nice little poke, but again, I do fear that the Bone Picker's not really doing that much for Shark Bomb. In this situation, really, we're not really seeing the Spine Burst get used that much. Lovely conversion in the corner, and
he's definitely got
building
the clones.
towards. Oh, if he doesn't break. He's not breaking. I think he was a little bit worried about the back 2, perhaps. And now that side switching throw just to make things even harder. This should be, and will be, convincing game there for Aladar. We're going to Crushing Blow just because, look, we built it up. We may as well use it. That's always the thing about Seeing Double Noob Cybot. You look at that tackle Crushing Blow, you look at the fact that the requirement for that is 10 clone moves used, right? Once you've hit 10 clones, the Crushing Blow on the tackle does like massive damage. It's one of the highest damaging Crushing Blows in the game, actually, if I remember correctly. What makes Seeing Double the only variation that can get that is
And
because
look
the
at these
Shadow
dummies
Slide
at the
on
bottom.
Amplify counts as its own separate
They
clone. Right? It
talking.
goes
I thought
slide,
this was a
hit,
recorder.
amp, hit. They're 2 clones for the price of 1, and other variations can't get that as consistently. So Seeing Double gets that chunk
we
of
have to
damage.
remember, like the reason you'll see that with Seeing Double as well is the clone is literally the whole point of the variation, right? The slide, because the slide, it's your damage, it's your launcher in the corner, it's your safety on block, and if they like block the normal hit and then get hit by the amplify because they don't think you're going to amp and they start moving, that's going to count as a clone. So the reason you see Seeing Double hit it so many times is, you know, the move that builds that clone KB is the move that is the most important for it. So it's going to be a threat in every game. And the second he has that KB, you're looking at unbreakable high 300s, you know.
Yeah, Mustard, check out the variation change. We're going into
Yeah, we
Berserker
have seen
mode,
it.
folks. Berserker. Now, Berserker doesn't have the tick grab, hasn't done much for him though, so I do totally respect this change. And now Berserker much more focused on being up close. You have the mix-up element of the low leg kebab. There are strings that Baraka can do that go overhead. But the question is, can he establish it? Because range has been the problem. Big whiff, but could have been a much bigger whiff punish. Taking the raw jump in, and that's the mix-up. Overhead versus low. Push back, dash in, lovely throw tech. Just to challenge it. And he gets the, actually, blade charge. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that one. Aladar, I believe, is not able to break that. The blade charge is the armor break for Baraka. And the damage on that is kind of ridiculous. You have to concede it if you know it's coming.
I don't know 100%, but I'm fairly sure that forward 4-4 KB into blade charge is like completely unavoidable.
I think it's fast
enough at time. Because Fatal Blow, you can break away mid-screen, but I think blade charge is a bit faster, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly sure.
Reversal throw on the overhead just to put him back into the corner, actually. That's a really good situation for Noob Saibot. This 2-on-2 corner game gets even
that
more
was an
scary.
expensive interactable, though. Amplifies the corner interaction. Shark Bomb really wanted to get out of that corner by any means necessary, but managed to do so, but put straight back towards it again. Escape failed, just for good measure. Now Aladar, if he can get this corner... Oh, punish!
I know a lot of Berserker players, they like to poke with that kind of max range, but the clean anti-air. And we end with the up clone just for good measure. The back one pretty much being guaranteed at that point with how weak Shark Bomb was. Match point now for Aladar, this seeing double carrying him through to the verge of a 3-0 right now. And there's that pushback once more. The crushing blow forward 4 has already been spent though, so
this shit is boring.
It's been neutered quite a lot, I think, actually, when you look at this match
in
particular. Oh, the clones. He might even have tackle KB locked and loaded now.
I'd definitely be surprised if he doesn't. Okay, there's the hit. Nice. There's the bar.
Sorry for the cut pick.
You can tell. Really wants that corner.
But this is lame as dope.
Across the board with corner pressure. His throw game gets so much better. His
I mean, I'm really falling asleep in my dream.
By default because of it. But there's the throw crushing blow.
You know what, y'all? It's an Apple event is going on too. Apple is live too.
Wonderful trade for damage.
If y'all want to see the iPhone 12, please let us know.
He's got quite a mountain to climb if he's going to win this round. And the whiff goes into the slide just in case. But it will be game over. I think he's looking for the friendship. Easy friendship. Yes, indeed. We celebrate.
You know, I actually think this might be a legitimate friendship because he didn't use an easy token. He was moving around.
He was holding block though, so I do wonder. Wait, no, surely he blocked Baraka there. Yeah. Surely he did.
No. I mean, I already cannot remember, but
it looked like an easy friendship because he was holding block,
live
so he's
for
probably
30
holding
minutes.
block and then pressing
I mean, he may have tried a normal fatality, couldn't get it, and was just like, never mind. I'll do the friendship instead. But regardless, a very convincing 3-0.
Yeah, I want to see the Apple
event. Sometimes that's going to happen. It looks like Shark Bomb tried to make it work with that Baraka,
but
more live
too, so I guess y'all can see the iPhone 12.
Like Bone Picker, if you don't have them in the corner, the
variation
is nowhere near as scary. Like, yes, the command grab is solid, but it is a high grab in this game. It's definitely dangerous, but it's the mind game you can force with it, but
iPhone 12 would be a little bored.
Right? Like, there's no getting around it. You pick Bone Picker because of Spine Burst.
Yeah, I'd rather put on.
A nice conversion
I'd rather watch
nice to have
Raw than watch this.
But MK11 is a game
part,
where
it's almost used as a command grab, isn't it, in a lot of instances? I mean, the fact that it is a command grab is almost irrelevant.
Because
it's
like,
in particular.
I mean, for example,
I
when you see
watch
someone
this
like
channel.
Biohazard
I would
play
watch this channel.
and not to be that guy that just always compares to the one competitive player, but
I mean, you have to. You have to.
I feel like we have to because Biohazard.
I mean, this is the boring event. Don't worry, y'all. This is the Apple Live is happening in 1 minute.
It's used as an ender and it's used as a range pickup,
the
iPhone
iPhone
12 or something like that. And then the Spine Burst is where the meat of it comes from. And I think we definitely saw Shark Bomb trying to do that.
We're watching that for y'all. So we might stop the live stream and then start back over for y'all.
But that does mean it's time to move on to game number 2.
So make sure y'all come back to it.
Desarted takes to the stage with that presumably solely to Shang Tsung that we've seen Desarted do many times in the past and have up and down success, but definitely more up as of late. Desarted is one of those players in the Open Series that when we first saw Desarted play all those months ago, I feel like he was a pick to get a lot of top 8s, but not much further than that. Like, maybe drop down in round 1, maybe see round 2 here and there, and that
I'm gonna
just rename the title right now. I ain't gotta stop it. I can just rename the title. I'm finna say this is finna be called Apple.
They finna change the whole bit. Oh, this nigga wasn't even. This man said he finna change the whole bed name.
There we go. Changed it. Lift this. That's garbage.
Dumb. Look at my 2 fingers. Down. Check out the other fingers. Down. 3 fingers. Down. 4. It's all down. What? Because this is all the way that it is. It's boring. It's late.
Stupid.
You knew better sticking this thing the fuck home.
Make it on, put it on Apple. Apple don't start till like 12.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this after, man. It's gonna. Okay, this is boring. Yeah, I see before we can see what's going on because everybody got an iPhone. I know everybody want to see what's new.
Yeah. That sounds better.
You can see what's new on Apple. They might show new FaceTime or something, or maybe a new Apple music or something, or the camera. But everything on iPhone pretty good.
Don't get no new FaceTime.
This man on drop it. Oh, you ain't right. You ain't right. This man is not right. This man done dropped a whole entire band and put the whole entire thing up.
That's what they do. I'm not finna play with these folks, man. You know, they knew this shit was horrible. Bored ass shit. You didn't ever see that video. Go on your YouTube and go on up on this page, and you can hear that video I'm talking about. You own it?
I'm looking at it on my computer because it's frozen on my. Yeah, I'm on it because it's frozen on my phone, so I'm looking at it on right here.
Okay,
I think up here.
So mute your Skype, and I'm gonna play it over.
Okay.
Right. New app. Everybody want to go live today, huh? Who go live? Anybody be better than anybody? I don't care who go live. You'll be better than for the comeback for sure. Better for sure. Damn. Is what is Barack Obama doing sending me emails? He was out of office. What's I can show y'all this shit. Let y'all see my
What the fuck is wrong with your ass?
nigga. He just sent me an email. This nigga is out of office.
This man sit there and said, dun 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 dun. But you just forgot the last is you just started coughing.
That's pretty funny, huh?
Oh, crazy.
I said, when people come in, they'll be able to see it and be like, huh, that's pretty funny. Instead of, because I'm telling you, we're going to get copyrighted playing all this other music.
My shit lagging.
Gonna get copyrighted.
I think I'm about to reset my whole Wi-Fi back over.
Crazy. Oh, hey, by the way, hey, by the move it up, hey. Oh, that sorrow.
Oh, what to say? What to say, baby?
Come on. That's crazy. So
Yeah, what's he
tomorrow,
said it?
okay. Alright, you can call me back whenever you do it.
All right.
So tomorrow we have um NXT. We have oh, yeah, there we go. So tomorrow we have NXT and we have AEW. I'll be honest with you, people. I don't give a shit about neither or. I don't give a fuck about NXT. I don't give a fuck about AEW. But you know, it's part of the game. So, you know, if they like it, I love it. But I really hate it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, McKinger, for that subscribe, buddy. Really appreciate it. You know, I don't give a fuck about either or. Just to be honest, they both boring. You know, only thing I like about AEW is probably Chris Jericho. You know, he's funny. Like Chris Jericho remind me of like R-Truth. You know, when I think of Chris Jericho, I think of R. I think R-Truth. I think Chris Jericho. Both of them was pretty funny together. They did a couple segments on you know, on WWE. It's pretty fun and funny looking. That's how I feel about it. But I don't know why Barack Obama sent me an email. Get your ass out my email, please. Let's see how long Apple got. Apple got 22 minutes. That's cute, Apple. Oh, how this damn thing gonna look? Is it gonna look good or what? Or is it gonna look like the goddamn 11? Cause I'm gonna be honest, all the phones look like mine I got now. If this phone ain't giving me like, wow, ooh, ooh, yeah, ooh, wow, ooh, ooh. If it don't give me that, I don't want to see. I ain't buying it because at this point, y'all just changing up a little, just some small stuff, and then $1,000. How you gonna charge $1,000? Cause I looked at some stuff online. I mean, I don't know if it was really how it looked or whatever, but if that phone, if this 12 look like the 11, I ain't fooling with it. I'm gonna wait. It ain't gonna do. Then we'll come out with another one anyway. Big Boy Gamer GTA. Appreciate the subscribe, buddy. Appreciate that. Make sure you share the broadcast. You know, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Christian Mingle, share it on Pornhub. We don't really care. Just share it. Send it to your grandma, your grandparents, your auntie, uncle, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your dog. You know, anybody you can. Don't be afraid to hit that cash app up, cause I will beat your ass. Just to let you know. Somebody should have beat your ass for your name being Big Boy. Why would you name your YouTube name Big Boy Gamer GTA? Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that, big man? You a big boy, huh? You a big boy. Oh. Got a big boy. Been live for an hour. I just couldn't watch this. Yeah, I can watch.
Just yo,
Yeah.
is y'all still lagging?
Yes, sir. Nah, you alright right now.
I ain't had a chance to reset my Wi-Fi out there because my mama said she was doing something, so I couldn't reset it.
You alright right now.
It is.
Pretty good right now. Ba-da-da-da-da.
When the Apple event start?
Got about
Are they live now? They already live?
I don't be live 18 more minutes.
Oh, on my live stream, somebody talking over it.
Yeah, them just people talking. They doing what we doing.
Oh, so I don't. Okay, so you saying the main app event is not really live yet?
Mm-mm. Want me to tell
Is
you
we
something?
going? Is it gonna be an app event?
Nigga, I just tell you. You gonna acting like that. Look up. Look at the screen, man.
Look at the stream. All right, what's it the stream?
Can you see that?
Uh, well, I'm looking at
What you see?
a black stream.
What about now? What you see now?
Uh, uh, nothing.
What's wrong with your shit, man?
I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm just trying to see if it's my Wi-Fi acting up, but I'm looking at everybody else's live stream. It's not freezing on nothing.
You don't see nothing.
Uh, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or not, but nobody else live stream. Okay, maybe it is my Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi must acting up. It gotta be acting up in the daytime.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit at night. That's the bad thing about this shit. So what time the event start? At 12?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Nice.
They just kind of release the stuff. Excuse me. Lindsay with E5. Appreciate that, Lindsay. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys super chat today. Super generous.
I think you got a lot
One more thing, a $200 price drop on every product forever. Man, their stock price was through the roof. A lot of people would be excited.
They got a lot of motherfuckers in that shit for real.
I'm finna rename this shit. I'm gonna see how he named whatever the fuck he have in.
No, the uppercut was done on reaction to the forward dash.
My shit is waking up on everybody live.
Now here's the downside to Mean Street though. Mean Street.
I know it's gotta be my Wi-Fi now. It's crazy how Wi-Fi can just start lagging out the blue. What make a shit Wi-Fi last?
Guess if a lot of people on the sea at night, nobody really be on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. All the shit they said, all the word on, alone, ladies and boys, baby, don't see. The love that we I think I was one like you. Let me really get on my phone.
It sound pretty loud. I had to cut you down because it was too loud.
Yeah, microphones be loud as hell in the damn earphones, though.
But it's not a crystal clear sound. You know what I'm saying? It sound distorted. It don't sound clear. You know I ain't been asleep yet. I've been up all night.
Come on.
I woke up
Tell
at
me
10
about
o'clock last night when Russell was finna go out. I went and got me something to eat. I'm on live. Then I've been up all night, all morning. Then I called you. I said, well, let him hear this shit. Now here you go.
I think my shit gonna be acting. I think my shit gonna be acting up all day.
Man, it's acting alright now
I'm
as
finna
far
take
as
my
like when you talking. It got 10 more
Man,
minutes.
show me something. Show me something on the thing so I can fit. I can see because I can't see nothing. I don't know if it's not if my Wi-Fi not letting me see it or not.
That's probably what it is. Cause I mean, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi there. I don't get it. If it's not lagging on the mic, why won't lag on a video?
Cause you are treated.
Wait, man, what I'm looking at?
Like spike. Like right now if you haven't already liked right here.
It's live. It's stopping when people live and that shit. That's how I know it's my Wi-Fi.
And sum up, man.
I might have to reset my Wi-Fi. What I'm looking at?
What's your most viewed video? It's my legend montage. They have
I just saw something just show then it went away.
I see Will, I see Zink, I see V, I see Aiden, I see Kevin, I see Quentin, I see you, Joshua, I see Jaden, I see you, Quentin, I see Lawson, I see Lucas,
I see me now on the big screen.
I see Jaden, I see Preston, I see Joey, I see Hadley, I see Ty, I see Lander, thanks for $2. Where I see Joey, I see Carlito, I see Spencer, I see Hadley, I see Rangy, I see Chris, I see Rashid, I see Jordan, I see Jeremiah, I see Brian, I see Jonathan.
He gonna sit there and say that
Angel,
shit like that.
I see Will, I see Kareem, I see Donovan, I see Connor, I see
Oh,
Drew,
hell
I see
nah.
I see Edison, I see George, I
He
see
got a
Jacob, I
fucking
see
problem.
JL, I see Demetrius.
That's a boring ass
I
YouTube.
see Eva, I see Nicholas, I see Kelvin, my
I ain't said shit on your comment. He got his damn chat moving like crazy, boy. Them motherfuckers love that shit. They love somebody shut them out like that. They go crazy in the chat. But he a big ass YouTube. See, it's easy for him to keep saying anything, and people gonna accept that shit. We gotta get popular and shit to get a lot of people.
I remember last time we played, you very early won and you missed it. Okay, so here's what I do when somebody notices, I think. If you have shot aiming only, I think that's why a lot of people miss. So I turned my shot aiming off the layups. This is the one time now. So I think that gives me better release. I think when I have the shot aiming, my shot aiming is just so bad on it that I miss everyone. Ooh, thank you so much bro. Thank you so much for the tier 1 membership, Esau. Appreciate you guys. I think that puts us at, is that 694 members, guys? Yeah, that's 694, guys. So we're literally, oh my God, wait. We're literally so close. We're literally 6 members away from hitting 700 members, guys.
What the heck y'all looking at? What's this?
6 members away. You guys want to remember? Click the pin. Comment. Oh my God. We're literally become a member for 3 million dollars.
Raise your hand, J. If that's your.
Bro, following me. You're not.
What?
Getting the ball. I promise you.
Oh, so that's why I couldn't see nothing.
When did you Evan say green?